On behalf of everybody, I first want to say welcome to your first convention. I hope you're enjoying yourself.
It's been really good fun. You've been amazing. You're really patient and good stuff with me as well. Yeah, it's been fun.
And I also want to say congratulations on behalf of everybody. Firstly, on the third season of Sherlock. I also want to say congratulations on your part in a film that I don't think will just be the #1 film on every critic's list this year, but I think it will be in every critic's 10 best films for the next 100 years, 12 years to slave.
I'm incredibly proud to be part of that film. I do think it's an important piece of work, not only as a historical document of a true story, but as a really extraordinary piece of cinema from the stable of Steve McQueen, and it was just wonderful to be a part of it, to be honest, so thank you.
I was quite fascinated. One that actually, the character that fascinated me the most watching that film was your character. Because what was so interesting is I thought of the quote from Nazi Germany of "it just takes good men to do nothing." And with somebody like Michael Fassbinder's character, that's, you know, typical what we see of a typical slave owner. But here we saw somebody who, under normal circumstances, would be seen as a good man, but is actually standing by and allowing the status quo. And a lot of it was played, what I felt, not so much in the script, but in the subtext between you and Chiwetel. I mean, there was a lot that the two of you brought to the scenes you had together. I was just wondering firstly about the process on that film, but also if you realised at the time whether you were working on something that was going to be really as special and important as it was, or you just came to realise that after the film was released.
Well, I'll start at the end. You know, everything that Steve McQueen tackles as subject matter that has profundity and immediate relevance to our lives, and even though this is a historical drama, of course, what it teaches us about humanity, whether it's, as you say, a good man doing nothing when he could have done something, or whether it's about sexual addiction or any kind of addiction or dependency, or whether it's about, the IRA and that struggle, and also, again, as a sort of trilogy of what we do as human beings to each other's bodies, that what that political situation made that man do as a sacrifice, as a protest, is sort of extraordinary. So I knew that joining that body of work, it was going to be a very serious, very important film, because I think all of his films are. Slavery as a subject matter is hugely important, and sadly universally still very much so, whether it's the garment industry, whether it's bond slavery, where people are born into slavery and have to work their entire lives to work off impossible debts and therefore have no money or means of their own, or whether it's sex slavery in the sex industry, sex trafficking, and countless other methods that aren't as visible, aren't as transparent, aren't as colluded in as slavery was in that time. Now that leads me into discussing, you know, forward. It's very easy with the 21st century to obviously view him as a deeply bad man. He's a conflicted man in the sense that he understands what he's doing is wrong, and yet doesn't act on that understanding. From our perspective, that's completely wrong. In his time, that was the normal way of going about things. I can't be free of judging that. I think it is wrong to not do anything when you definitely have a conscience that it is the wrong thing to be doing. He's a man of religion. Religion, his Christianity teaches him that all men are equal in the eyes of God, and yet he has human beings that he treats as